Hello and welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshier, and I am not an employee of the university.
That he is not.
If you don't know this show, we are on Monday nights where we try out lots of different games with a rotating cast of players. And if you don't know this channel, this is Shadows of Arconia, where we also have a whole other stream on Friday nights where we do ongoing stories in Worlds Without Number and Cities Without Number mainly. Tonight's unusual because usually the Monday show is played remotely. However, tonight is a hybrid setup. We have our wonderful lore keeper, Mr. Allen, who begged us to play in person and then got deathly ill. So now is himself remote while the rest of us are here. But the next couple weeks, he should be here in person. And yeah, we have a number of links I'm going to hit you with if you're watching in the chat. We have a Discord that we'd love for you to join. We are on there all the time talking about our game. Yes. It's wherever your Twitch chat may be if you're watching on Twitch. Yeah. And if you are watching on Twitch, you should be aware that we also have a YouTube channel where all of our back episodes of both streams live. Do check that out. And if you're watching on YouTube, there's no point in me putting a Twitch link in the Twitch chat, but do check out our live shows on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Pacific Time Mondays and Fridays at twitch.tv/Shadows of Arconia. If you really love our show, you can check out our merch store, which is at shadowsofarconia.com. We have a lot of t-shirts, sweatshirts, various clothing items. Most of them are inspired by our Campaign 1 characters and story. We have a couple from Campaign 2 starting to trickle in as the catchphrases are mounting. We also have a Patreon link, which is in the Twitch chat right now. That's patreon.com/Shadows of Arconia. Please check us out over there. You can help support the channel. Every dollar that we get goes right back into what we are doing with our shows here. And if you'd rather not give on a regular basis, but you'd still like to help out, we also have a Throne wish list, which is throne.com/Shadows of Arconia, where you can purchase items directly for the show. For example, we do not own the cameras we're currently using. You could buy cameras that are actually going to be ours. You could improve our sound gear. You could get us new tabletop terrain that will really help improve the look of our show. Various other things on the lists there. So, and by the way, fun feature of Throne, you don't have to buy the whole thing. If you want to just put some money towards something, that will help us out as well. So, that's it for announcements tonight. Let me hand it over to Alan, and why don't you tell us a little bit about what we are playing?
Guys, I'm very excited. So excited that I got myself sick. We are playing Call of Cthulhu, and I have fallen in love with this game. It's a very intense setting. Think of it almost like you're playing the part of a horror movie. Like, I would say, have you ever seen that movie, The Descent is a good example. But most of the time with Call of Cthulhu, it takes place like in the 1920s, but I'm changing it up a little bit. I am doing this in the 1985 to make things more interesting. And I am going to be playing the scenario called Blackwater Creek.
Blackwater Creek, noted.
Blackwater Creek. This is a scenario that comes with the Keeper Guide. So, but I am going to be modifying a little bit, so it's not going to be 100% as it was, but it's a great starting off point for a campaign. But fair warning, this game is deadly. This game is very deadly, so don't think of it as like a D&D kind of thing where you can just fight anything or do anything. It's more of an investigation game, like trying to figure out the mystery kind of thing. Granted, it is not impossible to brute force your way through things, but it is highly dangerous. To
Inadvisable.
Yeah.
just to give you an example, uh, like an average gun in this game will do about maybe 5 to 6 damage, and that's if it's just regular damage. And if you receive a wound that's half of your maximum HP, you'll get like a major wound, and then it's going to hurt you even more. It's a whole thing. But just keep in mind that life is precious.
Yep.
But
And then you die.
We
And then
played
you
a
die.
practice game,
Yeah.
and it was just myself and Sarah,
Yep.
and we did, in fact, both die in the final
Yeah.
scene.
Party life.
yeah, but all is not lost, because in the Cthulhu mythos, you can survive, you can make it through it. Just make sure to have your wits about you, and maybe with a little bit of luck, you'll make it. But I'm going to open this up. I'm going to say the synopsis of this scenario, and then we're going to head over and I'll introduce the characters. So, a few months ago, Professor Henry Rose took an archaeological expedition from the Miskatonic University to the small settlement of Blackwater Creek in Miskatonic Valley region of Massachusetts. Most of the people from the expedition have returned. However, Rhodes and his wife Abigail are still on site. While Professor Rose has sent a letter to the head of the department explaining his absence concerning the growing expedition, the fact that Rhodes has not answered any more contacts is concerning. So the professor, Ernest McTavish, the head of the Department of Archaeology, has asked a few people to go and search for Rhodes. And we fast forward to the day of.
Okay.
It's 11 a.m., the 24th of September. It's a cold and rainy day at Arkham. So Arkham is like the entire like city you guys are living in Massachusetts. The setting is at Miskatonic University. This place is like a big deal. Miskatonic University, it's like Harvard times 5. That's how prestigious Miskatonic University is, especially during this time. It's a rainy day. The students are running around trying to cover themselves from the rain. There's like the sky is unnaturally dark for the day, even though it's like in the morning. McTavish is in his office, and he's awaiting for his friends to come in as they brief him on the situation. And the first one to come in is Apollonia.
Of course.
Please explain how your character looks and who she is.
Sure. Apollonia is a student. She is a freshman, just 19. She is very tall, very striking looking girl. She is 5'10", very strong, her very strong features, and that she's finally grown into, really, for the first time in her life. She is dresses very well, puts herself together pretty well, and is there 10 minutes early, because this is very important, that she is ready and eager to go. She's got her backpack, she's got snacks, she's got water, she's got some Advil and a little emergency medicine kit.
Nice.
And Apollonia is actually pretty experienced with nature. She's got good nature scores, so she's a hiker. So she's put together what she considers a smart and reasonable set of things to bring with her into a hiking situation.
All right, and so as soon as you come in, McTavish greets you, and he says, "Apollonia, it's so great to see you. I'm happy you're looking well.
Thank you so much, Professor. Appreciate
I heard you got into a little accident not too long ago. How are you feeling?"
Oh, much better, thank you. Yes, it could have been a lot worse, but knock wood.
Would you like some tea or coffee?
Tea would be great, thank you.
He sends off one of his aides to go get some tea. Please have a seat. We're waiting for the other two to come in.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for letting me come on this. I really appreciate the extra credit. I got a lot of makeup,
Oh, no problem. No, I really appreciate you coming here. And the next person to come in is Dwayne. Please explain your character and how he looks.
Dwayne comes in. He's very self-assured looking, extremely well-dressed, slick back hair, 80s style, probably wearing a suit, but not like a boring businessman suit, more like Miami Vice, probably, like white jacket, something in a pastel going on. And Dwayne is 28 years old.
Okay.
He is a graduate of the archaeology department here at Miskatonic. He is not a student or an employee of the university, but he is good friends with Professor Rhodes, who went missing. What I do is I run an antique shop nearby, which Professor Rhodes has sold many an item through. And also I have donated some things to the university from my own collection. So I have a good relationship with Professor Rhodes and with the university, even though I am an independent businessman now.
Yes, as soon as you come in, Ernest says, Dwayne, it's so good to see you. I hope you didn't get wet out there. How's the shop?
Oh, it's doing pretty well. Not as well as it is when Professor Rhodes is around, but I'm sure that when he comes back, that he'll have plenty of things to discuss with me.
Oh, I'm very sure too. Please, do you want any coffee or tea?
Yeah, coffee, black, please.
Okay, he sends off his aide, and he says, please have a seat. We're waiting for our last visitor, which is Albert. Please come in.
Albert is shuffling in, one hand holding a cup of coffee, the other reading the newspaper, just muttering to himself. He's burly, on the bigger side, gray-haired. He's white passing, pug-faced. I'm talking like wrinkles. And he uses his age as an excuse a lot, but Professor McTavish understands this and can call him out on his bullshit a lot.
Okay.
McTavish, you're not gonna believe this. Rumors are they're gonna be releasing Windows 1.0.
I've heard. It should be amazing.
With the release of Mike Tyson, coming out, and the whole rumors about the hole in the ozone layer that was just released last month. What is this world turning into? It's turning to shit.
Well,
I throw my newspaper in front of him.
He says, do you need a fresh? Do you need a fresh cup of coffee, Albert?
Yes.
I can send the aide for you. He tells us to send an aide. He's like, he sits you down, and he says, again, I thank you all for coming. I've been quite worried about the situation with the expedition. I was really hoping you guys could take a look into it. Rhodes hasn't been back for quite some time. I'm starting to get worried. And at this point, he hands you a letter that was given to him by Rhodes. Is Steve there?
Yes.
Steve's
Can you hand Abigail? I mean, sorry, not Abigail. Apollonia, the letter, the white one.
H1.
H1, yeah.
Abigail, how are you?
Sorry.
Good, Professor Salgado. How are you? Great.
So if you don't mind, Apollonia, please, the letter.
Yeah, of course. Do you want me to read this out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. Care of Baxter's General Goods, Blackwater Creek, Dunwich County, June 22nd, 1985. My dear McTavish, I am very sorry to inform you I have been unavoidably delayed in my plans to return to the university. While, as we have discussed in the past, the dig site has proved fruitless, there is still some minor work to be carried out before I can extricate myself from the area. I do anticipate returning to Arkham by the end of August at the latest. Again, please accept my deepest apologies for the inconvenience that this extension may cause. In case you are sending any members of the field team back to the site, I would recommend against this, in the strongest possible terms. As you have probably heard before, it saddens me to say that one of the local farmers has taken a strong dislike to our presence here, and he seems to have some rough associates. While the field team consists of Abigail and me, we probably represent sufficiently little intrusion to be objectionable, but I am sorry to say that an increase of numbers may prove provocative. Abigail sends her love, and we both look forward to returning to Arkham and joining you and Mary for a chess evening as soon as we can. I am so very sorry. Your friend Henry.
So at this point, Ernest takes out his his usual cigar, and he starts smoking it near the window. And he says, "That was a couple months ago, and he still has not yet returned."
Do you suspect foul play?
I don't know. What I'm worried about is that letter is kind of strange to me. For one, usually Abigail's the one that writes Rose's letters.
That's true.
So him writing this is a little strange to me. I've tried sending off word. I've tried calling people near Blackwater, but I can't get a hold of them.
Nobody in Blackwater is answering their phone at all?
Blackwater, as far as I know, they don't have any phones. It's like going into the Dark Ages. That's what Rose first told me when he went there.
Yeah, those people prefer to live in the Dark Ages.
I called some people in Dunwich to check it out, but I haven't heard any word from them either. So I'm out of luck. And I've thought about asking the headmaster for help, but considering that we're almost close to the new year starting, new school year starting, he's way too busy for this. So frankly, year 3 are my only hope right now.
Are you asking us to go to Blackwater?
Yes, just go to Blackwater and retrieve Rhodes and his wife.
Yeah, I can keep an eye on these two.
And just make sure they get back to Arkham as soon as possible.
Now, Professor Salgado's just here to be kept informed, right? He's not going with us.
No, I'm going.
That wasn't so much a question.
I was quite adamant on making sure Albert didn't go, but he told me that he was going to go no matter what. He's actually quite close friends with Rose as well, and he kind of feels like something's wrong.
Listen, the two of us, we fought in the war, so you need someone that can fight.
You fought who in the war?
Which war?
The war.
The Korean
You're like
War?
50 years older than Professor Rhodes.
The World War II.
Nope.
I was there.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He's 36.
I fought along his side, his father.
Yeah.
Ah.
Is what I meant. I forgot which senior or junior we were talking about.
And that happens sometimes, and so, I was just a little concerned about maybe it's better for you to stay in familiar surroundings.
What? Can you speak up?
There's nothing wrong with your hearing, and I'm aware of that.
Like I said, I'm gonna keep an eye on these two. Not gonna be an issue.
Ernest does go on to say, I do have 2 of the students that have come back from the expedition here with me. If you want to speak with them. There is one other, but he has actually took time off to take care of his sick mother. But you can visit him too if you would like. I'll give you his address here. And he kind of marks down a paper and gives it to you. But I can send for the 2 right now if you want to speak to them.
Yeah, let's do that. Why not?
Okay. So the first one comes in is it's this young girl student. She has this long, like kind of reddish hair, very thick glasses. She looks like she's very cold as she comes in, and she just looks at all of you and says, "Yes, is there anything I can help with?"
You can tell us what you heard recently about our missing professor.
Rhodes hasn't come back yet?
Not yet.
She looks over to Ernest. Why hasn't he come back? And Ernest is like, he kind of shrugs. That's what we're hoping you can fill us in on, sweetheart. And she says, he was supposed to come back with us, but... And she's kind of shuffling around. Who has the highest psychology right now?
Probably
the professor of psychology.
I do.
I have nothing in that. Well, I have almost nothing in it.
Yeah, roll me a psychology.
That is a 26, which is lower than my current psychology at 30.
Okay, so awesome. So that's a success. So you can definitely tell as she's talking, Albert, that she's very nervous and that has genuine like fear for Rhodes and his wife right now.
4 roads.
Yeah, as she's worried about them basically.
Oh, worried about them. Got it.
Yeah. And she says, "Well, are you 3 gonna go get him?"
Oh, that's the idea.
Yeah. Hey, I'm so sorry. I don't know if we've met yet. I'm Apollonia.
She kind of like shakes your hand kind of timidly. It's like, "Oh, Apollonia, you're looking nice actually. Looking really nice."
And
I heard you got into an accident.
yeah, that was me. That was car accident.
You don't look like you got into an accident.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I was very lucky. It could have been a lot worse. But yeah, thank you for asking.
Okay.
I'm doing much better.
It's too bad you were in the hospital during this time. You could have came with us on the expedition.
Yeah, I know. It's it's too bad. Do I know her name, Alan?
Yes, sorry. I should have introduced her at the beginning.
Oh, no worries.
It's April. April Moore.
Okay.
Question.
April. Oh.
In how Apollonia and what was the
April
name?
Moore.
April Moore, and how they're talking. How does Apollonia seem? Can I roll a psychology check in order to kind of assess this
PvP?
this situation?
Yeah.
Wait, what? So what are you trying to find here?
I mean, I've obviously heard of Apollonia, and I mean,
I imagine it made
your story has.
It was a big deal on campus. A student was in a pretty serious car accident.
Yeah,
I have not heard of Apollonia.
Okay.
I've heard of Apple, Abigail, and whatever other name I use for you.
I would have picked a different letter for my first name if I'd known.
But do I get a sense that she's like lying or any like twitches? I don't know. Can I do some psychology here to
So with your current ranking, you don't have to make a roll for this. You can obviously tell that she's telling the truth.
Okay.
And that you could probably after a while you probably recall hearing that a student did get into an accident a couple months back, and that it was a car accident, I believe, and that she had to go into a coma, and then she woke up from a coma.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Coma girl. That's
Coma
who you
girl.
are.
Yeah.
so,
That's who I am on campus now is Coma girl.
so,
So yeah.
so April kind of just stands there and she's like, "So, what do you want to know?"
Well, what was it like? I heard that the reason they're sending us is that I heard there's nowhere in town to make a phone call. So there's no way to get to him except to actually, no way to get in contact except to actually go.
Yeah, the area is like going back in time. Honestly, there's just mud roads, barely any paths to lead up towards the dig site, and the people that live there are just farmers.
Well, I mean, I'm from a small town myself. I mean, there's the post office. There's got to be a post office, general store kind of place that has a phone.
And some of my best friends are Amish, so that's fine.
Historically, farmers are the backbone of any civilization.
We're really here for these people. Like,
I don't agree with their politics, but that's fine.
April says that there is a general store there, but the person who works there usually he leaves the town to go get supplies and then he comes back. Okay. So you could talk to him. I believe his name was Baxter. He works at the general store.
I'm writing this. Yeah, Apollonia is taking notes.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, we were at the dig site since May.
Give us a picture of this dig site.
Well, it's like an average kind of dig site. Pretty big. Roads. He told us that this site may have relation to Cade's Rest, and who has a high ranking in archaeology.
That'd be me.
So make me an archaeology check.
All right, so I am doing that. I actually failed. I rolled 63 against my 50.
Okay, so if you want, you can spend some luck to make this roll into a success, or you could push your roll by rolling again. But if you miss, something bad's going to happen.
I think it's a little early for that. It would be 13 luck points, and I don't want anything bad to happen while we're still in the briefing room getting the mission.
Yeah. So maybe it's a little foggy to you right now. So maybe later on you can check. But that name Cade's Rest does stick out to you.
Is K-A-Y?
Sorry. C-A-D-E. Cade.
Oh, Cade
Rest.
Cade Rest.
And what was it she said about Cade's Rest? It's a location?
Yeah, she said that Rhodes believed that this dig site was the site of Cade's Rest.
Oh, okay.
No,
I wouldn't know anything about Cade's Rest. That was the archaeology check, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
And she says Rhodes, he wanted to make sure. But then I believe 2 months ago, he told us that out of nowhere, he said that we could go home. And I was like, are you sure? And he was like, yeah, just go home and we'll be right behind you. And he actually gave me that letter. She points that letter to you to give to Mr. Ernest over here. And I assumed he came back with us, but I guess he never came back.
He said something about trouble with the locals. Did he give you any trouble?
So you can see that she kind of shuffles her hands a little bit when you say that. She says, yeah, some of those farmers they're kind of scary. They kind of like walk around and they were giving us some weird looks. And a lot of them were like brandishing their guns at us. They were trying to like intimidate us.
Wow.
Except for the Harveys. Sorry, not the Harveys. The Jarvies. The Jarvies. They were very nice to us. We actually stayed with them, but those other farmers, I didn't like them very much.
No. Don't believe you would.
You were saying something, Dwayne?
Yeah, you mentioned that Professor Rhodes thought this dig site might be something called Cade's Rest. Did he still seem like he believed that when he sent you home?
He told us it wasn't, but honestly, I don't really believe him. I kind of wanted to stay and check, but I was getting some really weird vibes from those farmers. I didn't want to stay there any longer than I had to.
Yeah, what I'm concerned by is his letter says that the dig site has proven fruitless, but that there's still some minor work to be done. If there's still work to be done, first of all, what would that have been? And second of all, why didn't he keep you guys around to complete it?
She says, I'm not sure, but I think Clarence might know more about that. And then at that moment, another student walks in, kind of a lanky kind of kid. And his name is Clarence Walton. And he also looks kind of timid, kind of dreamy. He's like looking around the room. He's like, Rhodes hasn't returned, I see. And April's like, yeah, these three are supposed to go get him. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're Clarence Walton?
Yes, I actually I worked with Rose pretty a lot.
Oh, that's right.
When
We
we were at
met
the
on
site.
that one thing.
Is Professor McTavish with us?
Yes, he's just sitting at his desk. Everything's happening in his office right now.
I just like turn to look at him and like raise a bushy eyebrow at him, kind of just like interested in what everything is like happening. Just making eye contact with him.
Okay, he kind of gives you a little nod with his coffee, and so he looks at Clarence looks at you, Dwayne, and he says, Rhodes did say he was gonna go check on some things later on that month before we left.
Do you have any idea what he still needed to check on?
I'm not sure, but the last thing I remember is that he went to the general store and asked for some dynamite.
He went and did they give it to him?
They did. It took a couple of weeks for the dynamite to come in, but once he got it,
From Baxter.
For Baxter, yeah.
yes, from Baxter, yes.
So they sold him dynamite and then he sent everyone home?
We heard him using the dynamite, not all of it. He bought a good amount, but then he used a couple and he said for us to go home.
And this is what he described in his letter as minor work.
At that point, Ernest looks up and he's like, yeah, that's very unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. One thing I know about Professor Rhodes, he is not an expert in the use of explosives. It's very dangerous for him to be doing that without any help.
I agree. I agree. That's why.
Abigail, yes, but she's not either.
Yeah, it's very easy to get your hands on that out in the boonies.
What
People use it just to take out old sheds that need to be taken down to
Yeah.
I know my
get a little bit
cousins
of a
and I
head
used
start.
to fish with it, but it's not in a professional context. Like you would normally have someone who knows what they're doing.
Nah, they're archaeologists. They know exactly what to do with it.
Archaeology is not generally a dynamite inclusive profession.
I look over
It's
at
not?
Clarence and April to see which one of these two they seem to be agreeing with more.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When we're digging up artifacts, we prefer not to blow them to smithereens. We generally use hand tools so as not to damage history.
This is true. You see both April and Clarence kind of nod their hands in agreement.
Dynamite is more for building roads and illegally fishing.
And for fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, if April kind of looks over at you three, is like, please let us know when you bring back Rhodes. I'm very worried about him.
Yeah, just one last question. You said he bought some He used some, but had a lot more. How much did he buy? And how much about do you think he used before you left?
She looks over to Clarence, and Clarence is like, I think he got like a crate, I believe. Not sure how much he used. Maybe a couple sticks.
How much does a crate normally hold?
Yeah, how big a crate?
Guys, just to, we are really putting it to the GM right now.
Yeah. Just
He has some dynamite, okay?
he has some dynamite. He's got a lot of dynamite.
Okay, like so think of it like an average crate that a person holds. That's probably how much dynamite he had.
A loot crate.
So,
Loot
yeah.
crate.
A
Man's
loot
got
crate
a
worth
loot
of
crate full of dynamite. Yeah.
The chest
So-
behind you. That's how much dynamite.
He has used maybe less than 10% of the dynamite he has bought, is what I'm hearing.
That's at least from 2 months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Any-
at that, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, any tips on like any mosquitoes or poison ivy or anything we should look out for? Hiking up?
April looks at you and is like, yes, they have huge mosquitoes out there. So definitely,
I make
Bring
a
some
note
spray.
by repellent.
yeah.
Nothing a firearm can't help.
Then I remember what you say about the ozone layer, and I say, find one with no aerosol.
Professor
Yes,
McTavish,
ma'am.
as a private citizen not associated with the university, is there any course of action I might pursue if I think that maybe someone employed here is not mentally sound?
Mentally sound.
Well,
explain.
for example, if someone
Normally, you would
were,
need to take that up to the department head, but they're all busy with work.
Well, I was just, for example, if someone were to suggest using guns to fight mosquitoes, like...
I believe this is what we call a joke. Right, Albert?
I've started to phase out.
He's
But
sundowning.
but Ernest does say to you, Dwayne, if you do come across any individual that seems to be in a state that doesn't seem right, I believe a trip to Arkham,
Hospital?
yeah, Arkham Hospital is a place that you should take them.
Are we ready to go?
No, I need to do some research first.
And you do have still the option of visiting the other student that is at his residence.
And we don't have that student's name yet.
No,
thought he's
he
with
does.
the student.
Yeah, no, he
There's
did
one
give you the
more.
name.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
the game is. Sorry, I have my notes here. William Grant.
William Grant.
And
Okay.
one thing, just to make Sarah, you're the only person I didn't tell
Yep.
because you weren't in the room yet. Alan's mic is going to overpower ours. If we're talking at the same time, you will not be audible.
Noted. Thank
At
you
least
for the
if
heads
it's
up.
working correctly. There's no one in the chat
Okay.
to let us know.
Okay.
So, what do you guys do next?
I would like to go, since I failed that archaeology roll, I'd like to go try a library use roll to find out more about Cade's Rest.
Okay, and you two, what are you two gonna do?
I'd like to add one quick thing on our way out the door. Since Max called for a psychology roll on me, I'd like to say that as I'm standing up and closing my notebook, you can see the notebook I'm taking notes in is actually a sketchbook, and you just get a glimpse at the other page of sketches, and it's something dark and something a little odd.
I start taking notes
And,
about
yeah.
Rorschach.
Yes. But I am going to put together a list of things as I'm sort of walking out the door, writing notes to myself that I think I'm going to need to, and that these two are going to need to do a road trip out to Dunwich County and be
Yes.
out in a field environment.
Ernest did tell you at some point that this trip is gonna be a day and a half travel by car.
Okay.
So
Do you let
just
us
letting
know where you're going?
I am going to actually be trailing after whichever one of you is walking slower.
That's me.
Okay. So I'm just sort of following you wherever you're headed to.
And Albert, are you gonna accompany Dwayne? Or are you gonna go to the student?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go to the library Well, first I'm gonna go to my office to see if I have any notes on this William
Grant.
Thank you. I don't know why I wrote it in the way that I did. Yes, William Grant. Yeah, just see if he's been in my class. If I've any like notes on William. If I've done any.
Pretty boy.
I don't know. Any psychoanalysis on him? Any notes that I have?
Do you happen to volunteer to one of the experiments?
Yeah.
So for Albert, you don't have to make a roll for this. You can already tell that William Grant was a very close student to Rhodes, and that he was pretty much going to be one of its like right-hand people. And he took him on the expedition, straight A's, probably one of the smarter people in his class. And recently he kind of forgo his studies just to take care of his mother. And he was, and you do find that a little strange. And I'm sorry, Dwayne, you're going to do a library?
Yeah, I just wanted to read up on Cade's Rest. I have books at the shop. I have access to the university library, so...
All right, give me a library check.
That's terrible. It's 71 against my 60.
Okay.
But
so you could push this roll.
Well, I was going to ask, could we make it a history roll, which would make my score 70, and then I'd spend a luck point to match it for 1 point.
Sure. I'll allow that.
I did call library use in advance, but up to you.
Sure. It's just you will not get the same information from the library use, though. It's going to be a different kind of information.
Okay, I am going back to plan A. I like library use better for this. All right, I'll spend 11 luck points.
Okay.
To go down. Do they refresh at the start of the session?
They refresh. So at the end of the session, you make a luck roll, and then if you meet or pass, I'm not sure which one, you can add a D10.
Okay, so I might get some back at the end of the session.
But like I said, you could push this roll.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to push it, and then that's a re-roll, right?
Yeah, you re-roll it, and if you pass, you spend a lot more time at the library. But if you fail, you're probably gonna be losing some time from the other people. So.
Is there any way to help out, Dwayne?
You could have, but not right now, because
we're in different places.
Yeah. So you're gonna push it.
Much better. 20 even.
Okay, so
that's less than half of my score.
So
what is that?
You went to the library, but maybe it's just the rain or just the chatter of the people in there, which is distracting you. So you end up spending a lot more time in there than you should normally. But I'm gonna say you're in there for like at least 3-4 hours.
Okay.
But you do finally find something on Cade's Rest, and this is kind of like summary of information. But you do see that Cade's Rest was home to a tribe of indigenous people called it's gonna be hard pronouncing this. It's SICAIOOK.
Okay.
Sikayok. And this is a tribe of indigenous people. Okay. And there's little things in here that talk about how they would do rituals and offerings to their god. And not much else you get from that, but mostly just stuff about this tribe, and that they would make like offerings and get back items that were worth like a lot of money. So
I'm sorry, they would make offerings to what?
Their god.
And they would get stuff back from it?
Yes. But this is all hearsay, like rumors in these books that you're looking at. And probably as you're looking into this, you probably do jog your memory a little bit, and you do remember Rhodes talking about Kate's West a lot and how he believes the rumors and that he wanted to prove it. But he could never find Kate's Rest.
Okay.
There's something I would like to do, Alan, if I may.
Yeah.
One last thing. I would like to, as I'm kind of making my lists, and let me know if you want me to roll a natural world check on how how well I anticipate what we need to bring with us. But I was thinking that as I'm kind of ruminating on this, can I do an occult check? I don't know if there's anything, just if I can remember anything I've heard from about anything going on in Dunwich County, anything that I've picked up kind of through.
Unfortunately, I don't think there's any way a cult would matter right now.
That's fair.
Maybe if you talk to,
I've never been there. It's
Yeah.
not where I'm from, so I wouldn't have particular knowledge.
Maybe if you talk to Dwayne about the indigenous people, that might spark something. But as of right now, no.
Okay.
I do end up going to the library to meet up with Dwayne.
Okay.
Nothing on my end. Just a lot of notes about potentially William Grant having an electric complex. But what did you find?
Electra?
Electro complex, yes.
What is that?
In short, in summary, you can read about it in my new book coming out. Take it next semester. But anyway, electro complex is when the son is into his mother. He left.
Isn't that an Oedipal complex?
Oedipus complex is reversed. Daughter into father.
No,
That's not correct.
that's not right.
Oh no, it is correct. Again, take my class next semester. You'll read about it.
Okay. I mean, I don't usually like to disagree with the experts, but Electra is Daredevil's girlfriend. And she was killed by Bullseye and then came back to life. And
Are you serious?
yeah, just happened a couple
super
years
weird.
ago.
Wait, it happened?
Comic books.
Oh, in a comic book. Okay, that makes a
I
lot
read them
more sense.
for my anthropology studies.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about nerd shit right now. We gotta figure out things about what's going on.
Yeah, do you want me to see if I can, well, first of all, and I hand each of you a shopping list. This is my recommendation for what you should bring. Please note the first section is going to start with recommended footwear and clothing, and I'm looking at both of you in a tweedy suit and Miami Vice over here. Like maybe, dress something practical.
Fold it, crease it heavily, put it in my pocket.
So I'll leave you guys, hit the stores, hit the shops, and I can go see if I can track down Will Grant.
Do that.
Okay.
I like your energy.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
Thank you. And I have slipped my extra, the mosquito spray and extra snacks and water onto their respective lists so they buy it.
Nice.
For me because I have no money.
Nice.
And okay.
I need to know if I perceive that that's your motivation at all, because otherwise I am throwing this list away unread.
I'll turn that's group supplies. So if you can't get anything, let me know. So
I can also fund this. That is okay.
Oh,
I
well,
understand you are hardworking students at this university. So.
I'm a graduate and business owner.
Really, you?
Yes.
The guy that reads comic books.
You've been to my store. It's enormous. I have big glass pane windows, and
Oh, I always thought you were like one of the servants.
I own the place. I don't have servants. It's my antique store.
Crazy.
I just take the paperback. Yeah, I'd be happy to pick this stuff up. Professor, if you have cash, like $20 should do it.
I'll take out 20.
Thank you.
Over to her. Also, if
I
you
give
can,
you 40 while he's not looking.
Thanks.
I give you.
Nice. My credit rating.
I give you $5 extra and say, buy yourself something nice, and then continue on to look for information at the library.
Okay, so at this point, who's gonna go to William Grant's place? Just Apollonia?
I'll go with you.
Okay. All right, Albert, are you gonna go too?
I am gonna do some research. If you do let us know about the CIA people or whatever your findings were.
This is a fictional people group, is it? Otherwise, I'll feel really bad about pronouncing it wrong.
Siayuk?
This is a fictional. This is a fictional group. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
the Siayuk. I'm gonna say.
Sayuk. Yeah. Sayuk.
I'm gonna see if I can research using the computer use. One also, just the library.
Okay. So maybe you're gonna be at the library doing that, and in the meantime, Dwayne and Apollonia will go to Grant's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds good.
All right.
So yeah, we're gonna switch the camera to Grant's place. Yeah, his house is actually in a really nice area of Arkham. It's kind of like Palos Verdes over here. Palos Verdes. Yeah, so it's a nice
Upper middle class.
yeah, it's like up in the hills, very nice area. And I guess you guys are outside his house.
Cool. All right. Do you drive then? I don't
Yeah,
have
I'll
a car.
drive.
Okay.
What does Dwayne drive? Is it convertible? Okay.
It's absolutely a white convertible. No,
that's
it's
a-
a pink convertible.
Okay, and on the way there, you hear the song "Don't Forget About Me."
Absolutely.
Don't you?
That's exactly what's on the radio right now.
This is a really
Yes.
cool
Forget
car, Mr.
about me.
Gowdry.
Don't,
Oh, thanks. I was
don't,
thinking about
don't.
getting rid of it soon, getting something newer.
All right, so you come to the house. Do you knock on the door?
I just have no idea how to respond to that.
It's absolutely not
sentence.
true. I cannot afford
Yeah,
a new car right now.
All right. Just gonna hair down. Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
Okay. So after a few moments, the door opens and you see Grant. He's
Is it
He's
Will
kind of
or
a-
Grant?
William. Well, you can call him Will. It's fine.
William.
But you see him and he's looking pretty okay. Like he has like his hair kind of straight or whatever, and he has like a average kind of like outfit on, and he just says, "Yes, may I help you?"
Oh, does he have like the sweater tied around his shoulders?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Full
yeah.
preppy. Okay.
Full preppy. Yeah.
Like,
He's
hey.
like-
Yeah, hi. Are you Will or William Grant?
Speaking. Yes.
Hi. I'm Apollonia. I don't think we've met. This is Mr. Gowdry. We are wanted to talk to you real quick if you got a minute about Professor Rhodes and what happened this summer out at the dig site.
Oh, okay. Sure. And then for a second, he closes the door, and then you hear like him shuffle some things around. The place is kind of messy, and then he opens up the door again. And you come in, and you just see papers everywhere. Like there's just like papers all over the floor, and like all over the walls and stuff. It doesn't look like a crazy person kind of place, but it's just a lot of papers everywhere. Like he's been doing,
okay.
like he's been studying a lot, basically.
Oh, nice.
And he's like, "Do you guys want some tea or coffee?"
Oh, no, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm
won't.
okay.
Okay.
I can. You're obviously very busy. Don't want to
Yeah.
take up too much of your time. Is William? Is he? As I'm kind of just student to student reading him, is he like an older? Like, is he an upperclassman? Is he?
He's definitely
younger?
older.
He's what?
He's definitely older.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Like, hey, so can you tell us a little bit about what happened this summer? Especially, everything kind of ended really fast. And Professor Rhodes hasn't gone back yet.
And he says, yeah, sure. He kind of reiterates the same story that you heard from April and Clarence. But as he's telling you guys this, can you guys make like a spot hidden roll?
Hell yeah. Oh.
Fail.
That is the secondary level of success for me. So not just a success.
Okay,
but
so that's
I rolled
Hard success?
that's a hard success. Yeah. Okay, good. So as he's talking to you about this, you notice a lot of the books he has around his place, they have to do with dreams.
Nope.
They're like a lot of books that says it's like the meaning to dreams, or what does a dream mean to you, or something like that. Like a bunch of different books like that around his place. And he says, yeah, and Rhodes was really adamant about making sure that he would get to, and then he kind of like trails off for a second and then looks around to the dig site. But I'm surprised he hasn't come back.
He said he was worried about locals. Is that why he sent everybody? Is that what he said to you? Why he sent you home? Is that he was just worried about everybody's safety?
No, he said that the site wasn't what he expected. And he says, if you excuse me, I need to give my mother some food. She's very sick. And
Yeah, of course.
and he kind of like goes to the kitchen, makes up some tea and like some slices of bread and some stuff like that.
Can
And
you
he's-
see us? Okay.
Not really. He's it's kind of like an open kitchen, but you guys are like sitting in the living room, and it's a 2-story house, by the way. So, and then he takes the tray and he starts going upstairs to his mother's room.
As soon as he's out of sight, I'm going into those papers and books.
Okay.
Like scanning through them, like, oh.
All right. So, what about you, Dwayne?
I am going to go somewhere where I'm more visible if he comes back than Apollonia is, but where I also can't directly see her, so that I have deniability, but also I'm kind of blocking his view of her for a second, if there's a place where I could stand to do that.
Yeah, there's like the corner, like near the staircase. Maybe you can stand there.
All right. Alan, could this be a library search? I think I'm trying to get a sense. This could be a library search or an occult search. Because I'm looking mostly. There's 2 things I want to know. One is his research, is this academic in nature, or is this more new agey, self-helpy kind of non-academic books? And then the second thing I want to know is any clues to what he is dreaming about. Because Apollonia sees this, and with her personal history, she is immediately assuming that this kid is having some dreams.
Nothing with occult, but I do think this is a library use.
Yeah.
He must have very organized notes.
Oh, that's a massive failure. 95 against 50.
So unfortunately, maybe as you're trying to look through the pages, it's like you hear him like shuffling around upstairs, and it kind of like makes you like you don't want him to see you do it, so you kind of close the book quickly.
Yeah.
And he comes back, and
He doesn't have a very good organizing system for his notes.
And Dwayne, you're right next to the stairs, right?
Sure.
Okay. So as he's coming down, you can notice this right away. You don't even have to make a roll. Excuse me. You notice the tray that he's bringing down almost looks exactly like the tray he just brought up, but it's like it looks rotten.
Like it's the same type of tray, it's just much older?
No.
Food
It's
is
so
rotted?
the food on top of it is rotten, and the drink is full. Looks ice cold to you.
So she hasn't touched her previous meal.
And he kind of passes you by as if nothing's wrong, and he just puts it to the side in the kitchen. And he's like,
Is your mother doing okay?
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, she's very sick. She's been bedridden
It
for
looks
quite
like
some
she's
time."
not eating. If you don't mind me asking, have you had a doctor in here?
He kind of like when you say she's not eating, he's like, "No, she's been eating. She's been eating just fine."
Well, what's... sorry, I just saw you brought down a tray of food that hasn't been eaten.
No, she ate it.
Oh, all right. I have cognitive dissonance over that, but I'm not going to keep talking to him about it. He's clearly
So,
not going to answer.
so, both of you give me like a spot hidden check after you ask them that. No.
Yeah, that's a fail for me as well.
Okay. So it's not immediately obvious, but I would say probably maybe Apollona, as he's saying, no, it's fine. She's the food's been eaten. You look around your vicinity, maybe where you were looking at the books, and you see pictures, but there's no pictures of a mother. There's only him in these pictures.
We better kill him.
So he says, so is there anything else you want to know?
No, hey, listen, I had some issues last semester myself. I had to kind of step away from my studies for a while. I just want to make sure, I heard you had to do the same, kind of take a step back. Can I give you some resources? Because there is a process you can follow to make sure you don't get too far behind. And I'm going to be sort of picking up a piece of paper to write some stuff down. Are you coming? When do you think you're coming back to finish your degree?
He says, "Oh, it all depends. Once my mother gets up and ready again, I can't leave until she's walking around."
Okay. And this time I'm going to pull out the same notebook, my sketchbook, and this time I'm going to deliberately let it fall open to one of my pictures. And what that looks like is it's dark. It's 95% of the page is blacked out, and it's sort of a strange, sort of hypnotic pattern of interlocking lines, all sort of leading in towards a point of the single point of brightness in the center, the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And
Okay.
I'm just going to put that in front of him and see if he responds to that.
He doesn't respond in any weird way, but he does say, "Oh, I see you've taken up drawing."
Yeah, I was into it when I was younger, and I
Let me show you one of mine. And then
yeah.
and then he reaches over and he brings out his notebook and he shows you a drawing. And I think I have it here actually. It's kind of hard to make out. Let me see if the camera can show it. Something. Oh man, please.
Oh,
Looks
yeah.
like-
Well, that's
Right
actually
there.
even better because that
That's
was
perfect.
creepy.
Yeah. So he shows you this.
Okay. That's going to be an occult check for me right now.
Okay.
And
And-
I'll take
do an archaeology?
history on that.
Okay.
Okay, that is... Oh, good.
It's a pass on history.
And that is a pass on occult. Simple success.
Okay. Sorry, this is one thing I forgot to mention. When you succeed on a check, there's these little boxes next to your skills.
Yeah.
Check those off when you succeed.
Okay.
Because at the end of this session, you're going to be able to upgrade those skills.
Got
Okay.
it. Okay. I was using those boxes for something else.
So anytime you succeed in a check, check that box.
Do you only get one check per session, or should we be making
Only one check per session, and then the next session we erase it and then we start again.
Got it.
So every session you get a chance to upgrade.
Okay.
Excellent.
Anyway, that's
Okay,
a.
so-
I don't know if I get anything from history, but I did pass the roll.
All right. So first, the occult. Sorry, what was the roll on the occult? Was it hard or
It was a simple success.
a simple? Okay. So you when you see that image, you do remember people talking about a similar kind of image that's like that, but it's like for like dream catching. So
Yeah.
you know those dream catchers?
Oh yeah.
So it kind of looks like something like that. And he says to you, before I answer you, Dwayne, he says to Apalopa, "Yeah, I've been seeing this in my dream." And then with Dwayne, you probably seen a dream catcher just like this in the antique shop. But I don't think you have it now.
Okay.
I don't think, yeah. And he's like, "Yeah, I've been seeing this in my dreams."
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have some points in fast talk,
Yeah.
and I'd like to say to William, hey, I have, it wasn't my major or anything, but I have a little bit of education in medicine. I really would like to go up and meet your mother, see if maybe I can help at all.
He's a little standoffish, and he says, she doesn't really, she's kind of shy. I don't know."
Well, that's often the case with people who are not feeling well, especially women. They don't feel like they look their best. They don't want to be seen. I understand that. I promise I'll be very respectful.
How big is your fast talk?
I have a 45 in it.
45. And what about
Can
persuade?
I assist?
Persuade, I have 10. It's just the base.
Okay.
I have a very high persuade. I can.
If, yeah, depending on how you guys want to do this, I can give you a bonus die to your persuade check. And so the way that works, we were doing it wrong before, by the way. The way that works is that you take 2 of the percentage dice, this one,
Okay.
and then 1 of the single digit, and then you roll both of them you roll all 3 dice at the same time, and whichever percentage is better for you, that's the one you take.
Okay.
Okay.
So that makes sense. So
How high is your persuade?
My persuade is 60.
Well, yeah. Let's use my fast talk to aid the persuade then.
okay, so yeah. So
I'll
Apollonia,
put my hand out after seeing this. Like, I had some really weird dreams as well after my accident. Listen, you don't have to do this alone. Let Mr. Gaudry help. I think he.
okay, give me that persuade with a bonus.
Okay.
Bonus die. So it should be 3 dice.
3 dice.
2 percentage, 1 single digit.
Okay, so that is good because I succeeded on the bonus dice. So that is a 40, and that's a simple success for me.
Okay. All right. So after a while, you two talk to him. You probably calm him down a little bit, Dwayne, and then she calms him down too. And then at finally he says, "All right. Yeah, just when you go up there, make sure try not to scare her. She gets kind of scared."
Well, do you want to go in first? Maybe show me what room it is.
It's right up there to the left. First room on the left.
All right. Well, I'll see if there's anything I can do, and I will go up.
Okay. And you see him kind of rearranging some papers as you guys are going up.
Oh God, I just know I'm about to make a sanity check. All right.
So, are you going with him, Apollonia?
I will actually ask you that. Do you want me to come with you? Do you want me to stay here and keep an eye on him?
Stay here for now. We don't want to overwhelm her.
Okay. I'll
Right,
stay at the foot of the stairs and just try to get William talking, just kind of chat him up about, let's say, tell me about your major,
Okay.
what's your
So
work
Dwayne-
plans? Where do you think you want to go after school?
So Dwayne, you walk up the stairs and you head towards the left hallway. And it's a dark hallway, not much light. There's a tray of food outside of a door and a large drink full.
That's the one I saw him bring up?
Yeah. Okay. And the door, the tray that's in front of the door is ajar. So you can see some light coming through. And that's all you can see right now.
I will approach the door, and I will do that. If the door is partly open, I'll just do that knock that kind of opens the door a little more as I knock, and I'll peer in.
So you knock, and the door opens up a little bit more, and you just kind of see, at least from that little bit of vision, you just kind of see an empty room.
I'll say, hello, Mrs. Grant? I'll open the door all the way and look in.
Okay, so you open the door all the way, and you just see a chair that's backwards, like pointing towards the window. But there's,
I walk out.
But and it's pointing towards the window, but there's nobody in the chair.
Oh my gosh!
It's empty.
It's empty. Yeah,
the whole
chair is empty. The whole room is empty, but there is a closet nearby, but that's closed. You want to search the room?
I'm opening the closet, my guy.
Okay. All right. So
way out of this for you.
So yeah, you open up the closet, and again, it's just empty. Everything's empty.
Under the bed.
There's nothing under the bed. It's just a empty room with an empty chair that's looking outside.
Any other rooms that I saw on the off the hallway?
You saw one other room, but that's probably Grant's room.
Okay. I'll come back downstairs.
Okay. And as you're coming down, he says, how's she doing? Were you able to make any more? Is she gonna be okay?
Well, to be honest with you, she didn't want to see me. She encouraged me to leave. I decided it was best not to aggravate her. I didn't have a chance to really examine her, I'm afraid.
And he says, "Oh, okay, yeah, that does sound like her. I'm sorry, she can be a little difficult sometimes."
Oh, it's no problem. I'm sorry to push myself on you like that. I just thought maybe I could help, but she doesn't want to see me. That's okay.
Okay. All right. At this point, you guys want to do anything else?
Yeah, I want to leave the house and talk to Apollonia.
All right.
Yeah, I'm picking up that let's get the hell out of here vibe. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, William, let me, here's the the dean of the students. You should call if you need when you're ready to come back, and good luck.
Okay. Yeah, he just let you two. He just let you two leave, and he says, "Yeah, make sure to let me know if Rhodes returns."
Yeah. Oh, one other thing. Hey, if you ever see, this helped me with my dreams, and I'll hold up my charm bracelet. Mm-hmm. This, if you ever see something like this blue bead with the black dot in the middle of it, you might want to think about getting one. It's it's kind of good luck for me now, but it kind of helps.
And he says, "Oh, my mother usually takes care of my finances, but I'll see what she thinks."
Okay. All right. Well.
All right, and then he waves off and he closes the door.
I make the sign against the evil eye as soon as we're out. What the hell is
that? I think his finances are in dire trouble.
Okay. What's the deal with the mom? Did she really turn you away?
So you saw that tray of food that he brought down that was all rotten and untouched? Mm-hmm. That's because there's no one up there. Like, the room is empty. He left a tray of food outside of a room with no people in it. I went in, I looked under the bed, I checked the closet. There's nobody up there.
Dwayne, can you give me an education roll?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, Apollonia, if he were lying, he wouldn't have let me go up. He thinks there's someone up there.
Yeah, I'm
I got a 16, which is an extreme success on my 80.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So right away, since you've been to the university and you've kind of like heard some strange things every now and then about people going crazy, you know that if you find anybody who's like this or anybody who seems crazy, it's pretty much the Miskatonic University thing to do is to call the Arkham Asylum. Like call Arkham Asylum and then tell them to bring over the goons, and then they take the person away, basically.
Okay, you heard him. Call Batman.
So are you gonna call the asylum?
Not from here. It's 1985.
Yeah, that's true. So you gotta get back to the university if you want to do that.
Yeah, and also we should probably let Professor Salgado do something.
Yes. During all this time, Salgado was researching, right?
I'm researching for the indigenous people, like what I can investigate about or get any. Just get any.
What's your library?
It's really good. It's 60.
Okay, so you don't have to roll for this because since during this whole time you're doing this, you were
Do it
researching.
anyway. 28. So that's good.
Sure. That's even better.
The orderlies.
Which is actually half, which is below my 30,
Nice.
above my 12. Shall I continue?
Okay, so you did some more research on these indigenous people, and you find out that there was a guy named Cade, right, who investigated these people. And this is why it's called Cade's Rest, because he discovered it, right? And apparently, during the time when Cade was there, his son got sick, right? Like, and this is like back in like the 1600s. So it's like when you're sick, you're dead, pretty much. But in these entries, it shows that Cade's son was actually taken by the indigenous people and they healed him. But after a while, he seemed to have some weird side effects that would happen. And that's all you can scrounge up right now from your research.
There's no one at the university that I can potentially talk to, like somebody that knows about mythology.
Honestly, the best person to talk to would be Rhodes, but he's missing.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Second best person to talk to is right here, my guy.
Nah, he's gone. Okay.
You know the number? You know where I live.
You don't? Yeah.
Okay. In that case, getting this information. You said weird side effects, right?
Yeah. No, he said his son was acting strange after he was healed, basically.
After he was healed. Any occult check that I can make to, I don't know, piece any of this together from any research or anything, or psychology roll that I can make?
Wait, what are you trying to put together?
What these weird side effects might have been, if they were related to anything that I've read about or have heard about. Or have analyzed before.
What's your occult?
40.
40. Give me a roll on occult.
Beautiful. That is 27, which is below my 40.
Sweet. All right, that's a pass. So you've been around for quite some time, and you've heard people talk about the occult sometimes, but in passing, not really that big of a thing to you. But you have heard of rituals and the witches. So back in the day, maybe around the 16 or 1700s, there were these witches that would go around and cast these weird rituals to like change people. And the stuff you're reading here does sound a little bit similar to that, but not exactly the same. So maybe there's some correlation, but you can't be sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, without any more to go off of,
So,
go ahead.
no, I was going to say, so I think at this point you guys meet back up.
Yeah, they find me in my room, sleeping on my chair.
Office.
Yeah, my office.
Can I say, can we have stopped at the grocery store on the way to pick up supplies?
Okay.
So I've got a couple grocery bags.
Okay.
I had to bring them with me because I couldn't leave them in the open convertible.
I mean, we can close the top.
And I don't know if you guys discussed this yet, but whose vehicle are you guys taking on this trip?
We can take mine.
No.
I am a good driver.
Yeah, I'm not going to be seen in your car.
It's a nice car.
Have you said what the car is yet?
It's a nice convertible.
No, no, it isn't. You drive a Nash Rambler.
Don't tell me what I
I was
drive.
thinking a wood panel station wagon.
I imagine Albert probably owns a very fancy, an older kind of car, but it's very expensive though. Because
If you got a nice car, I'll ride in your car.
Old school Mercedes.
Yeah,
You
it's
gotta
a nice
understand-
car.
You gotta understand, I'm a pink convertible kind of guy.
Old school Mercedes, the size of a whale.
so just to
It's a Ford F Series, 1985.
Fords weren't cool in the 80s.
Chevrolet Cavalier.
That's a great
just
It's not a,
just to inform you guys, Albert's credit rating is 50, and that's considered that's on the beginning of wealthy, pretty much.
Mine's 45.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you're poor.
rolling with the high. Mine is
I'm 50
5.
years your junior. I think I'm doing all right.
You are.
I'm a scholarship student. I had no cash.
And I
Yeah.
hate you for that.
But yeah, do you guys want to discuss your findings or?
Yeah, we'll fill everybody in on everything.
Yeah, before we go, I want to stop by the Dean of Students and let him know what's up. He can be the one to call if he thinks.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should call,
I've already
we're
told
gonna
him.
call the.
You already told who? We just told you. What?
William Grant is mentally unsound. He's taking care of a mother who doesn't exist.
Like I told you, electric complex.
It's worse than that. Every day he carries a tray of food up to an empty room, waits for it to rot, and then brings it down again the next day. He told us that he's feeding his mother. He gave me permission to go up and speak with his mother. When I got there, I found that she doesn't exist. The room is empty. I came back down. I told him that she'd sent me away, and we left.
He's been having dreams. It looks like he's given up his studies and everything in his house he's studying dreams now.
He's studying dreams.
Yeah.
Any paintings that you found?
Yeah, and I'm gonna I'll flip open my notebook and I'll sketch out what William showed me. I'll recreate it as best I can.
This, right?
Takes a long time.
Well, it's just I'm just gonna rough it out, just like the general shape, because I recognized what it was, so I said, and it's a dream catcher. It's a type of dream catcher. I've seen these before.
I've probably seen stuff like this before.
The dream catcher?
Yeah, I mean, having studied people in terms of their dreams into whatnot.
What kind of studies did you do on people, on dreams?
Oh, I mean, just the usual, like, I have a couple students signing up to one of my experiments in which I just hear them talking in their sleep or asking them questions, psychoanalysis.
Sure. If you want, you can roll me on psychology.
Yay! Never mind. That's 76, which
sorry.
is way above. I don't know any of this.
I don't know
any of
what
this
you
in my
would.
life.
This is really not. This is more our area. I had one in the shop for a while. A dream catcher like the drawing. The real thing, not a drawing. Anyway.
Like a hippie.
Yeah.
No, it was an antique.
It-
That's why it was in my antique shop. I'm not a hippie.
It's
Sure.
I had an
It's-
older cousin that was a hippie for a while.
You're the one that drives a pink car, right?
Yeah, it's a convertible. It's new. You know, hippies are more like live off the land, don't shave your armpits type of people.
You don't need to tell me what your hygiene process looks like.
No, I'm the polar opposite of a hippie, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's generally speaking, it's been my experience, hippies aren't really into the new agey or the traditional spiritual practices so much. This has definitely been, this is a traditional form, but it has been, a lot of these are repurposed, but in new age you typically see the more traditional circular type. That's kind of like the popular new agey kind of thing. You can see it like craft fairs and things like that. But this is the traditional shape with the sort of this lozenge.
Lozenge.
I just sort of retreat back into my.
Thanks,
So,
Anthony. That was very
are you guys planning to leave today, or are you gonna leave tomorrow, or?
I'll need to change your shoes.
Let's leave after our 10-minute break.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Oh, but before that, we should definitely tell the dean to call the mental hospital.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
drop
so-
by. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll make that note here, and we'll see you guys in a bit.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you, Alan.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you, pretty boy. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm a whole different guy. Just tied my hair back.
Who are
So-
you?
Where'd you come from?
So, I kind of want to fast forward a little bit. Well, not too much. Before we go, I do want to say that April, before you guys left, probably gave you a hand-drawn map of the place. Can you put the hand-drawn map on the screen?
Yes, sir. One moment.
I was planning to give this out to you when I was there, but I forgot. Yeah, so this is the map that she drew for you. You can take a moment to look at it.
All right.
As you can see, there's the dig site, there's Blackwater, and to the right, there's the Jarvies. And the Jarvies were the people that took Rhodes and his wife in and stuff like that. So,
And what's that X next to the Jarvie farm?
I think if you were to ask April, she would tell you, "Oh, that's where those nasty farmers were."
That's their house?
She just said that area.
Okay.
Yeah. And then at the bottom is the Miskatonic River. This river goes all the way to Arkham, by the way. And to the left is Dunwich.
Oh. Yeah.
And also, do you have the picture of the Massachusetts map?
Yeah, I was just going to it.
Yeah. So this is the route you guys are taking. So you see that blue line?
Yeah.
That's Arkham. You guys are
that's
starting
right.
in Arkham, and you're going all the way to Blackwater Creek.
So
So
it's
this-
a good chunk of the state.
Yeah. So this is why it's going to take about a day and a half to get there. So just letting you know the journey to get there.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems pretty far for a state the size of Massachusetts, but
Yeah.
whatever.
So
Fantasy.
I feel like that's probably an 8-hour drive or less, but well, we got an old man with us.
yeah.
I am recounting. I am telling you all about like my war stories, and good God, are they boring?
I was actually going to ask who's driving all the way there.
I think he's driving. We're taking a
I am.
car.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
And I'm in
And-
the back, leaning up to Apollonia, just going on the other side where he can't hear me. I did some digging. He was not in any war.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's just slightly exactly the wrong age that he didn't go.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're right.
And I'm just asking.
I'm just smiling and nodding at both of you awkwardly.
I'm just recounting stories I've heard.
So
This is Apollonia's strategy for dealing with any adult who insists absolutely that on something that is insane or crazy. It's just, okay. Happens a lot to her.
You're an adult.
What?
Never mind.
What was that?
so
Nothing.
How old are you?
19.
You are an adult.
It is impolite to ask a woman's age.
That was out of character, but okay.
It's kind of okay, I think, when you're like under 25.
That's what I always say. God.
so you guys make the trek. You guys make the trek all the way down there.
Crazy old man to creepy
It's a
old man.
long ride of
Thin line.
weird stories from Albert. But if you could put out the hand-drawn map again for me, please. You guys enter in from the right side of this map. And you guys head up down there. But before you reach that, Albert's driving, right?
Correct.
Give me a drive check.
Let's see if I fall asleep right now. Ooh, okay. That is a 98.
Ooh, okay. Almost a critical failure. What's your drive auto?
60.
Okay. So it's not a critical failure, but it's still a fail. All right. So we'll say you guys are arriving in this area. It's not quite night yet, but let's say it's like 6 or 7. So it's like the sun's going down. And as you guys are riding up, all of a sudden, Albert just swings the wheel like this for a second, swerves, because he almost hits something. And
Everybody Star Trek.
and so he kind of swerves and he stops for a second. Give me a spot from Dwayne and Apollonia to see if you can see what he just almost hit.
Spot hidden.
Yeah.
That's a success from me.
That is
Nice.
a success for me as well. Simple success.
All right. So it's kind of hard to make out because it's a little dark, but while you were swerving out of the way, you saw like what looked to be like a deer run by. But this deer, maybe it was the having to drive so long, so many hours, or the lack of sleep or whatever, but it looked very strange. It had to be because of the way the car was moving, but you could swear that the antlers, it had like antlers all the way down its spine, like on its back, all the way down, and it was just everywhere on it. And it ran past you guys and into the forest.
Was that 2 deer?
That might have been a sick deer.
As you guys are thinking about this,
Sorry about that.
an individual comes out of the fray, and it's like an older looking man, and he says, hey, you all okay out there?
Yeah, we're doing fine.
Well, if Albert's all right, I guess we all are.
He kind of walks up to you guys, and he's holding like a bunch of fish on his back. He looks like he and the fish are on like hooks, and he has like a toolbox looking bucket next to him, and he comes up to you and he's like, so where you guys coming from?
We're coming from the academy.
Arkham.
Oh, I see. You guys want to buy some fish?
No.
We're good on groceries for the moment, but thanks anyway.
Are you sure these are the best fish you can find outside of Dunwich?
Oh, thank you so much. But you know what? We actually aren't going anywhere with a campfire, so we wouldn't really have anywhere to cook them.
I haven't heard great things about the fish in Dunwich.
Get lost.
I slap you in the...
And he says, are you going to Dunwich?
No, we are going to Blackwater. Black Rock? What is it?
Blackwater.
Yeah, Blackwater. Yeah.
Blackwater.
When you say Blackwater, he kind of stands off and he says, "Well, why are you going there?"
Friend of ours went missing there. We're just gonna go check in on him.
Well, he's not,
Well, not
missing.
missing.
He's just
Stopped
responding to letters.
We're gonna find out if he's missing.
Yeah. Hey, do you know? Actually, we were. Is there a good place to stay around here? I know we said we didn't bring stuff for camping, but is there like a motel or anything in this area?
So he kind of like chuckles to himself, and you could see like he's like missing a lot of his teeth, and he's like kind of like like making a weird smile, and he just says, "There's no hotels around here, but if you go up there near Blackwater, you can talk to the Jarvies. They could probably give you a place to stay for the night."
Wait, that's where I was driving us to.
Right.
That's where we were headed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
Whoa. Okay. Well, if you change your mind on these fish, I'm right down here. The name's Hector.
Hector.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Hector. They look like very good fish. You know what? I do want to make a nature check. Are they, in fact? Does he? Is that a pretty impressive string of fish that man is there?
Give me a nature. Yeah.
And I would actually know, being specifically from a fishing village.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's a 38. So that's
Ooh.
a simple success.
Okay. So you can't tell completely because he's kind of like he's showing you through the car window, so you can't really get a good look at him. Mm-hmm. But you can tell right away. These fish do look bigger than they normally look. Like they're like bass fish, but they look pretty big. And you're actually kind of impressed. Yeah. And he kind of flips them over. And he's like, "Well, yeah, let me know if you guys want some fish." And he kind of
if we always a little awkward to show up to somebody's house with a gift of fresh fish if they're not expecting it. But yeah, if we need any, we'll definitely know where to stop. It was a good haul, man.
And and he guy just turns around and he kind of like disappears into the forest nearby.
I can get out of this car and shoot that man.
Why would you do that?
What are you talking about?
I don't know. This whole place with these farmers gives me a weird feeling.
Why did we bring him?
Hey, Professor, maybe I should drive the rest of the way.
No, I need a nap.
You look tired.
What do you mean, no, you mean yes, you need a nap, so yes, I can drive?
Can you drive?
Yeah.
You have your license, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good to drive.
Yeah, I can drive all kinds.
Before you guys switch, Hector comes back real quick and he says, here's a little gift for you.
I don't accept it.
Well, it's a little bottle of whiskey.
Oh,
I accept it.
And he's
perfect.
like, compliments of he says compliments of the Comedy Brothers.
Who the fuck are they?
No, he means, who are those fine gentlemen?
They make their own local I'm sorry, what's it usually called? House brew?
Moonshine?
Yeah, moonshine. But they also make whiskey from the moonshine. And they said, yeah, here.
Oh.
Thank you very much.
Always good to support local artisans.
And he says, yeah. And then he leaves.
Corporations are better, but yeah, sure.
That's
All right, so who's driving?
I will use this. I was like, hey, Professor, why don't you take the whiskey to the back and I'll just take over.
I go to the back, drink it all, pass out.
Couldn't drive, so I drove my grandma's car for the... Okay.
You're fine. Just take off. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are... Can you bring out the hand draw map again, please?
Yeah, one sec. I just have to turn it off because it's on my tablet. When I switch to my character sheet, it's like... All right, there we go.
All right, so you guys are driving up from... You see the Miskatonic River?
Yeah.
So imagine you're driving up from that. So it's a really dirty road. Can barely hold a car. Like, it's super bumpy. And you guys kind of get all the way up there, and then you get to that point where the dig site is. And
Okay.
as soon as you reach the dig site, I want everyone to make a POW check.
A what check?
POW. The POW check.
Power?
Power, yeah.
We
So
want to roll under
this-
that, right?
It's your
Yeah, you want to roll
yep,
under,
yep.
yeah.
Okay, I rolled a 6, which is below my 14.
That's very good.
6? Wow.
6.
Yeah, that's very good.
Oh, I just passed 37 against my 40.
Extreme success, 5 against 55.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yeah,
are
I did that on
coming in
purpose
strong.
using skill.
So we got luck.
So as soon as you reach that site, you guys start to feel this weird vibration. It's like it kind of like hits your chest, and it kind of moves the car in a way. It almost kind of feels like a mini earthquake, but it's like intervals. Like it will hit you, and then hit you, and hit you, and for some reason you kind of feel like it's like giving you this weird feeling down your spine, but then it goes away. And then you see what remains of the dig site on that map. So,
Bad vibrations. I make the sign against the evil eye again, just out of habit, under the dashboard so these can't see me.
What does remain of the dig site?
so you're gonna have to get out and check if you want to see.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Okay, all right.
Probably.
So,
Yeah, I
so
roll the car gently. I find a good parking place, being careful to look out for any place. You know what? If the road is pretty rough, I might just leave it on the road and flip the headlights on.
all right. So at this point, it's like maybe close to 7 p.m. So it's getting kind of dark.
Okay.
But I assume you guys brought flashlights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the dig
Yeah.
site accessible from the road? Can I maneuver the car so that the headlights are pointed at the dig site?
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that.
Okay,
You can do
I'll go
that.
ahead and do that.
Okay. But it probably is worth to bring your own flashlights too.
Yeah.
But okay, so you go onto the site, and again, there's like this weird like mist that's around the site. Think of it like the fog machine, and it's kind of covering all these digs, right? But a lot of especially you, Dwayne, you notice that a lot of these dig sites, they've been covered up with dirt. So whatever they dug up, it's been covered back up. And you think that's strange because usually on a dig site, they will leave that open,
Yeah,
especially if the investigation is still going.
yeah.
And Alan, when you say dig site, you mean like the area that they've staked off and put out the grid and...
Yes,
that they-
yes, yeah.
So those pits have been excavated and then filled back in, but they
Yeah.
left the markers in place?
Yeah, the markers are still there, but whatever was dug up has been covered up with dirt.
Is there anything that has not been covered up?
No, give me, up to you, either archaeology or spot.
I'll do archaeology. Again, extremely low roll. It's 7 against my 50.
Dang.
So that's an
Let's
extreme
go.
success.
Awesome. Okay, so
Time to
all right,
extreme success on archaeology. At the dig site.
so you've been with Rhodes when he's done these expeditions in the past,
Sure.
and you can pretty much see his handiwork here. So you can definitely tell Rhodes has been here, but there's like 1 or 2 dig sites that the dirt that's been on it is like fresh. So you can like dig it out if you want to see what's in there.
Are there any tools remaining on site?
There's like a couple small little tools,
Shovels or
but
anything?
but nothing really big.
All right. Well, I'll use whatever is the best option and try to uncover it.
Okay.
I am around with my shotgun out, having taken it out of the trunk of my car.
There is absolutely no
no
reason for you to have that out.
There is every reason.
We have not seen anybody on this whole trip except a man who gave us free whiskey and tried to sell us fish.
Hey.
Yeah, Professor, you drank a whole shot
Hey, those.
No! And if you point that gun anywhere near me, I'm grabbing it.
I know how to use it. It's up in the air. Don't worry about it.
Professor, firearms and alcohol do not mix.
Got to agree.
It looks fucking awesome, though.
It really doesn't.
Listen.
You know what, Professor Salgado? I'm getting a little tired. I think I'm kind of out of shape. Would you mind taking over the dig?
Sure.
I'll hold that for you while you dig.
Hey. This is the shotgun that I used in the war.
I immediately unload it.
Be careful with it.
Important question. Where do you put the pellets? The shot?
In my pocket.
Yeah.
Good, please don't get rid of it.
That's gonna be
You're like, I throw them
important
away.
later.
Yeah, I eat them.
Toss them into the dig.
I put them in my pocket.
Okay.
Drunkenly, I go and start to dig.
All right.
It's not-
So as he's digging, Dwayne, you see him dig up some stuff. You see some
Okay.
some arrowheads, some pottery, some colonial like artifacts.
Colonial. Okay.
Yeah. And then you see these arrowheads. They look a lot like those indigenous ones they were talking about in the book about the Sayuku, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But with that amazing roll, you do notice some bones in there
Oh,
that seem, but they seem off to you.
do they look like animal bones or human bones?
Is either both of you, Dwayne or Apollonia, you can do a medical roll to see.
You don't think archaeology would cover knowing a human bone?
Actually, yeah. Give me archaeology, but if you want Apollonia, you can also do a medical roll to
I
see.
don't have. When you say medical, do you mean first aid? I have
There's a
medicine
medicine
and
skill.
first aid.
Sorry,
I have
medicine,
no skill in
medicine.
medicine.
Okay, never mind.
So there's
So-
yeah.
I succeeded. I got okay, yeah, just a regular success.
Okay.
But I could do. I was gonna say I could do a natural world roll.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
have
Yeah.
funded, So yeah.
Yeah. Give me that natural roll too. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a success on the natural world. That's 39 against 50. So simple
Where are all your
success.
skills in like outdoorsmanship if you're an archaeology student?
I'm not an archaeology student.
What
Never
are you?
said I was. I'm undeclared.
Undeclared. Yeah. But so Dwayne, Apollonia, you notice that these bones are human bones for sure. but the bones are misshapen. They're like some of them seem elongated. Some of them seem to have more appendages than usual. And then you come across the skull. And the skull is misshapen in a weird way.
It's some sort of proto-human creature.
And when you guys see this weird skull, I need you all to make a sand check.
Okay.
Of course. Oh shoot! My sanity's missing.
Oh, I rolled under 63.
Hang on. Where's my sanity?
Your sanity equals your POW.
Oh, okay. That's why. All right.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it does. Yeah, well, I failed it.
Same.
Albert?
I passed with a 63, which is under my sanity at 70.
Dang.
This guy
man
started
is
crazy, though.
Insane.
All right, so
I'm like,
Only crazy like a fox over there.
so Apollonia, you take 3 sanity damage,
Yep.
and Dwayne, you take 2.
Okay.
So when you see this skull and you see the misshaping of it, you both kind of like step back and you kind of think to yourself,
Yeah, it's the
Like,
middle
why?
of
This,
the night.
this doesn't make sense. Like this doesn't make sense, and it kind of scares you a little bit. Yes.
Two of you can't hold your lunch.
What?
What?
Lunch?
Professor, don't you think this is
This is a complete.
little-
No, this is completely normal. There's a sane reason for this. I can't give you all the details, obviously, because I don't have my research notes on me. But there's
Your psychology research notes?
it's got to make sense. There's something in there.
It's some sort. It's either a mutant or some sort of proto-human that we haven't discovered yet.
Guys, do you remember the deer that was in front of the car with... It had extra antlers on it, and I hold up one of the bones with extra
Mutation
appendages.
is on the table.
Yeah, evolutionary speaking, it makes sense for the mutations to happen.
Sure.
Maybe it's because of the hole in the ozone layer?
That's the one. That's the one.
It's not that. The hole in the ozone layer is over Antarctica.
Allegedly.
I'm just...
Allegedly.
I'm crushed.
It's so with this discovery, it is starting to get a little bit darker, and you guys are hungry and tired. So I guess
May I ask one more question before we move on?
sure.
If I may use that previous archaeology roll. Based on how deep they were found, how old do I think these bones are?
It's hard to tell because again, the bones are disjointed and deformed.
Right, but I would know
but-
based on like how far down they are in the earth.
Oh, well, that right away you can tell that they weren't dug that far down at all.
Okay,
So it's either really fresh, or they dug it up from a long time ago and reburied it. But in order to really get analysis, you would have to take this back to like the university or something.
I'm taking the skull.
Okay. And you put it in your bag.
Trunk of the car?
For science.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will take one of the bones with the extra appendages as well, because that's kind of what I'm stuck on.
All right. So
It's stuck. And it, believe me, I've
taken-
tried to move that. There you go.
he took the skull. Good.
All right.
That's actually not. No, that's not too. That's pretty close to how deformed it is. So anyway,
There has to
So
be an explanation.
so you guys want to remain at the site, or because again it's getting pretty dark and
Yeah.
you're hungry, you're tired.
Yeah, we should go before the car battery runs out. The headlights.
Yeah, let's go see those Garveys?
The Jarvies, yeah.
Jarvies.
Oh, so this car can last through the Great Depression.
So
It'll be
so so if you want, so if you bring up the map again, the hand drawn map.
Oh,
So from the dig site, you're gonna have to go through Blackwater Creek, and then you're gonna have to go up to the Jarvies.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
But as soon as if you head down to Blackwater, you could show the map, you could show the real world map that you made,
Yeah, 1 second.
and that's the Blackwater Creek. There we go. So I don't know if you want to put like a little car that came in through the side.
I didn't grab a car.
Okay, so we can pretend.
Whatever.
you need to grab
Okay.
We're coming
Sure.
from that side, though. Can you put it over there?
We're coming in
Hot.
All right.
through the little covered bridge here.
Yep. So you guys enter this little town area, and to your side, I don't know if you get out of the car or you stay in the car, but you see what looks to be like a general store to your right. To your left looks to be like a church. It looks to be like a school, like a little tiny school, and a lot of different shacks.
So that's the church. Where's the school?
So the school is next to the church.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, these are
And-
us, guys. This is me
Yeah.
in my Miami Vice coat. That's you because it was a girl. And this is you because he's
Yeah.
also there.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of miniatures that represent regular-ass 1980s people. So
That's fine. So as you guys are coming through the area, you do see a person like coming. So he's coming out of his home that's right next to the church, and he comes up to your car, and he says, so where are you all lot from?
We're from the academy, Arkham.
it's a university, Miskatonic University.
I was like, oh, we got more of ya, we see.
Yeah, actually, that's what we're here for. We're here to find Professor Rhodes. Maybe you can point us towards where he's been.
And he says to himself, Rhodes. Oh, Rhodes. What, he never went back to the university?
We lost contact with him while he was here. Our last information from him said he was just finishing out the last few things, but that was months ago, and we haven't been able to reach him since.
So as you're talking to him, you guys can get like a better look at him, and you can tell he's wearing like a sheriff kind of outfit.
Oh.
He has like a badge on his side. He has like a cowboy hat on, and he has a rifle to his side. And he says, "Well, if you need any help finding him, let me know. The name's Dick Sprousen.
Yes, it is.
Sprousen?
Sprousen, yeah.
Are you the sheriff here?
Yes, sir.
My name is Dwayne Gaudry. I'm the I'm a friend of Professor Rhodes and his wife. We came here. Like I said, they're missing. We do need help. When did you last see them?
Well, it's been a couple months now, but the last time I saw them, I think they were they were digging up a hole over there. And
Is he pointing towards the dig site we just left?
yeah.
Okay.
And, but you know what? It's pretty late though. I could talk to you more about this tomorrow if you want. If you want, you could go talk to the Jarvies. They might have a place for you.
That's where we were headed.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know if the Rhodes were staying with the Jarvies?
Yes, they were.
What's the deal with that? I mean, if you don't mind my asking, are the Jarvies, do they like take in boarders? Is that what they do?
No, the Jarvies are just really nice folk. They've been living here all their lives, and they like to take in some people from time to time. Especially Mrs. Jarvis. She makes probably the best apple pie you'll have ever.
I'll hold you to that.
I won't. So you never saw them in town?
Oh, the Rhodes?
Yeah.
No, of course I saw Rhodes. But I was saying I haven't seen them since like 2 months ago.
But you also didn't see them leave.
Not that I recall. No, they kind of kept to themselves. Him and his students, they would go to the dig site and they would go around in the forests and they kind of kept to themselves, really. They I kept on telling them to come to the church. And he points over to the church.
What's in the church?
And
Church services, Professor.
so when he points over to the church, on top of the church, plain as day, especially Apollonia, you notice this right away. You see the same Dreamcatcher symbol just on top of the church. And you actually see this more clearly. And I don't know if you have Discord on your thing, Steve,
Yeah.
but
You just sent us a.
I'll send you a picture of it here. Here we go. So you see a nice clear version of it.
Yeah, let me put that up.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
There it is. So you see that, and it's on the church, on the very top of, on the very face of the church, and all around the church, there's like little sticks, and they all have this symbol on the top of the sticks, all around it.
Huh.
And he says, I kept on telling him to come to my service, but he kept on kind of giving me the runaround.
Oh, are you also the minister here?
Yes, sir. Every Sunday.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Listen, the last contact we had from Henry, he was mentioning that one of the farmers around here seemed to have taken a dislike to him and his team. Do you know anything about that?
He kind of folds his arms and he thinks for a second. I hope it had nothing to do with the Carmodys.
Carmodys?
Yeah, the Carmody brothers. They live kind of further out that way, but I've been told they can be kind of rough to locals.
Yeah.
There's always a couple like that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things he said was that was the reason that he sent back most of his associates early. He was hoping that having a smaller presence in the area would alleviate tensions. But then that was the last we heard from him.
Well, like I said, I don't mind helping you look for him tomorrow. It is pretty late.
Yeah.
But if you find me tomorrow, I'll be happy to look around with you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help. What was his name?
Dick Sprouson.
All right.
So, and he says, and then he gives your car a little tap on the face, and right before he leaves, he
Don't
says,
touch my car.
Do you want
He's-
to maybe do any psychology rolls?
he,
or-
he,
Am I
he
still-
says,
Yeah. Because I mean,
right before.
I do see the sign on the church and everything.
Oh, okay. All right, so you stop him right before he leaves.
Well, kind of observing all the interaction that Dwayne and this guy were having. If I can get a sense of just if this guy's lying or if there's like anything that he's not.
Well, do you want to stop him? Because right now he's about to leave from the car. Or do you
No, I
wanna let him
mean,
leave?
in terms of like me observing this situation.
Like what has already happened?
Yeah, what has already happened.
He wants to like roll insight.
Oh, you want to roll insight.
Yeah.
So this game doesn't really have insight. Psychology is more for like calming someone down. But if you want, you can roll me either idea or an idea roll or an education roll.
I'll roll
So
an
it's-
education roll.
Okay.
Actually, no. Idea is at 80, so I'll roll that.
Okay.
Which that is a. I forget which one I wanted. That's a 50.
50 out of 55.
50, which is below my 80.
Okay. Just let me know if you get like a hard success or a critical.
Gotcha.
Okay. So yeah, as they're talking, you're hearing what he's saying, and he doesn't seem disingenuous, but you do feel like he might know more than he's talking about. But again, it could just be because it's late, or he's tired, or stuff like that. So,
Okay.
And then he says, yeah, but yeah, if you need anything, let me know in the morning. And then he kind of like taps on your car, and he says, may the mother be with you. And he leaves.
I'm sorry, whose mother?
And he kind of like is walking up.
All right. Let's go to sleep. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I concur. He's
Yep.
Holding back.
Clearly, he's a minister of what? Those aren't crosses. Those are dream catchers.
Pagans.
The mother? Mother of what? Anything? Can I do an anthropology roll on that?
Nice. Good call.
Well, what are you trying to figure out?
I'm trying to figure out who he means by the mother. Anthropology is the study of like human societies.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would have a chance here.
Yeah, sure.
I've got a 45 in that. And I've rolled a 23. So
Yes.
if I spend a luck point, I can make that a hard success.
You don't have to. So he based on what you've experienced so far in this investigation and what he just said, you automatically think about William and how he was talking about his mother back at his place. And you make that correlation.
And William was here.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think we should definitely not go into that church.
I wasn't going to right now.
Yeah, you're not at least a little interested?
Nope.
Oh, I'm interested, but I don't think we should go in there.
Yeah.
I would like to do, Alan, for my role, I want to do spot hidden. And I've seen what I need to see at the church. I'm looking to the grocery store, to the general store. I want to get a sense if there's anything about this that I'm picking up. You can tell a lot about a town by the, what they're displaying in the window. Like what's the sale? Are they selling lotto tickets? Are they selling, is there specials on canned food? What's going on? Are the signs dusty? Are they, is it kept up pretty nice?
Yeah, give me a spot
I'm
hidden.
going to do a spot hidden check.
Yeah.
It's canted. I'm going to roll again. That is a 34. That's going to be... It's definitely a success. Is that a hard success? No, just a simple success.
Okay, so you're looking towards the general store, and that's across the street from the church.
Yeah.
So it's across the street, and you see one light on, and you do see somebody in there. And he's kind of like, it looks like he's like just like closing out his stuff, but it looks like a regular general store. It looks like they have regular stuff you would find at a general store.
Standards, milk, eggs,
Milks, eggs, stuff like that. And you do see a thing towards the end, but you're gonna have to get closer. But you do see a thing towards the back of the store that says hunting equipment.
Yeah, I clocked that, and then I'm still driving, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll at a steady and safe pace out of town.
Okay. So you guys gonna head up to the Jarvis?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So bring up the map, please. All right. So you guys exit out of the creek and you go up. So this is about 1.5 miles away, at least, maybe even 2 miles away. And as you're going through this, this is barely even a road. It's like bumpy, it's muddy. The wheels are spinning. Actually, give me a drive check as you're going up this road.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it is tough.
I'm being a backseat driver.
Yeah, go for it.
Is he sobering up yet?
I mean,
That
probably.
is a 13, and that's a hard success.
Nice.
And
So
this is literally what I do: is drive an old car with an old person in the back of it down rough and uneven roads. This is what I've
Awesome.
been doing with the last 5 years of my life.
awesome. I love it.
You
So,
wanna
yeah,
pull
yeah,
the clutch at this point.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm gonna do. I say, not doing it.
Just pretend.
So yeah, you're making it through this actually pretty damn good. But as you're going through, you do notice, all of you notice this, is that both your sides is just fields and fields of corn and wheat to your sides, right?
Massachusetts.
And as you go up towards the right, you enter and you see the Jarvis farm. And you see, as you go in, you see like you see two small houses, and you see like a little bonfire to the side, and a bunch of different houses that you basically see at a farm. You see like a chicken coop, a pig place for the pigs. You see a shack in the back, and you see like an older woman sitting outside of the farmhouse, and she's kind of like doing her knitting, and she sees your car go up, and she kind of signals to someone in her house, and then this older gentleman comes out, and he comes up to your car and he says, "Hey, can I help you folk?"
We're looking for a place to stay for the night.
It's like, "Oh, where you guys come from?"
We came from
Miskatonic.
Miskatonic University.
"Oh, are you friends of Rhodes and what was
Best
his
friends.
wife? What was his nice wife's name?
Abigail.
It's
Abigail. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, we are. In fact, we came out here looking for them because we kind of lost contact with them while they were here.
Oh, I sure hope nothing. Are they okay? Well, what happened?
Well, we haven't found them yet, but we just got into town, and it's too late to carry on looking tonight. So we thought we'd look for lodgings. We heard the Jarvis was a place to go.
Oh yes, yeah. My wife, she does love to keep people safe during the night. And he looks over to her, and he kind of walks over to her and he asks her if it's okay, and then he walks back and he says, "Yeah, you guys are welcome to stay the night. My wife said if you're hungry, she's made some chicken, some rice, and I think she has some pie left if you want some."
I definitely want supply.
Okay.
Not
That's
her.
very kind of you. Thank you so much.
And if you want to stay, you could stay in the same room that I think Jarvie was staying in with his wife. We have 2 beds in there, but you guys are gonna have to choose who wants to stay in those, because the person who's not is gonna have to stay in the farm.
Dibs.
On the bed?
Yeah, of course. I've got a bad back.
So he's offering you guys 2 beds, but the person that's not gonna be on the bed is gonna have to sleep in the farm.
Obviously,
You gotta
it's
sleep in the.
obviously me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's gonna stay inside and who's gonna be in the barn?
Me and the professor are going to take the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the shotgun.
No, I'll take it.
Yeah, I should have it. I'll be out
You
in
take
the
it.
barn. Yeah, well, it
Thanks,
might be
Mr.
attacked by a
Quadri.
rogue cow.
Yeah.
All right, but before that, they do invite you into the house and they give you some time to talk to them. They do serve you some food, some leftover pie, and they do introduce themselves. The old man is Malcolm Jarvie, and his wife is Edith Jarvie. And right away, when you meet Edith, she's just this bubbly, nice person. She reminds you a lot of your is it Nana?
Yeah.
Yeah, she reminds you a lot of her actually. And she's just like, "Oh, welcome! I'm so happy. We got visitors. It's so
She's
nice."
happy. She's nothing like my Nona.
Oh, okay. All right. My bad. But
I know everything about your Nona now.
but she
She's
sits you
happy
guys
welcoming
down.
visitors into her home. This is like, oh wow, how my life could have been.
Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, he sits you guys down and he starts giving you guys some water, and he says, "So what happened exactly? Did Did Rhodes not make it back?
I'll just recap everything I've already
Yeah.
told two
Yeah.
other people. Like we got a letter. He said he was going to come back soon, and then he never responded again.
Oh, okay. Well, that's strange. He was here with his wife since like since May. So
From May, and would you say he left around June? Maybe late June?
you know what? I don't really recall talking to him since like 2 months ago.
Well, sure.
I did hear some explosions though.
He would, but you mentioned he was staying here, right?
Yes.
You don't know when he left your house?
No. So he kind of like stands up and like walks around, but he says, yeah, he would stay here, but the thing is, near the place they were digging, they had like a little campsite that they would stay in.
Okay.
That I think it was farther up into the forest. I think.
Oh,
I'm not
good.
sure. So, but we could try looking into it tomorrow if you want.
I'd love that. If you definitely know the area better than us, it would certainly be helpful.
Sure.
Yeah, do you remember? So it was late June the last time he was here. Pretty sure about that?
yeah.
Or did you see him in July?
Yeah, again, he's not quite sure. He thinks it was like maybe 2 months ago. 2 months ago, yeah.
Okay.
And he just says, yeah, I just remember them. He was awfully. He would really complain a lot towards the end, though.
Oh.
What was he complaining about?
Something about having weird dreams. Yeah. I never really remember my dreams, to tell you the truth, but he would complain about them all the time.
Dream catchers seem to be a common image associated with this town. We noticed some on the church in Blackwater Creek. What do you know about the minister there, who's also the sheriff?
Oh, Dick, huh? Dick.
Yeah.
He says, well, before he answers that, he says, Dreamcatcher. You mean the symbols of the mother?
Is that what they're known as here?
That's what Dick says they are, yeah.
Symbols of the mother. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you know about his faith, and do you share it?
Well, to tell the truth, I'm not quite much for the church myself, but a lot of the other people in Blackwater love the church. I know Dick, he used to just do basic gospel for the longest time, but I would say probably within the last year or so, he's been changing up his speeches. But kind of weird.
It is not uncommon in small communities, somewhat isolated, for sort of mainstream Christianity to become mingled with ideas from other sources. Where do you think he might have gotten some of these ideas about the mother? Any thoughts on that?
He kind of like messes with his beard, and he's like thinking to himself, again, I don't really hang out with Dick that much. I kind of keep to myself up here with my wife. But if you want, you can talk to anybody in Blackwater about it.
We may do that.
Yeah.
It's secondary concern, really. We're just here to look for Professor Rhodes and his wife.
Yeah. And as you guys are talking, Edith says, and yeah, maybe you could also find out what's happening with the stock too, then Malcolm's like, Malcolm's like, please, honey, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
What's happening with the stock? Mutations?
Malcolm kind of like, I'm sorry, my wife. She gets very worried.
Well,
Women.
yeah, but at the same time, we did see what seemed like a deer with too many antlers. Antlers growing out of the wrong places. You know.
I don't know anything about that, but I do know that we've been encountering a lot of infections lately with our stock. And he kind of points out towards the window, and you see the bonfire pit outside, and there's a bunch of animals in there that are burnt up. And he's like, Aliyah, a lot of these recently, a lot of them have been getting sick, and we've had to burn them because we don't want the other animals getting sick too.
Quick point. Is the bonfire lit, or is this the remains of a bonfire?
It's like slowly. It's not like at the apex. It's smoldering. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's smoldering. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, we.
That would have to smell if they've been burning animals on it.
Yeah, he doesn't mind telling you. Yeah, we've been burning the infected animals to make sure that it doesn't spread. But this, and he kind of shrugs it off, and he says, but this kind of just happens. Infection will come and go, and just gotta make sure it doesn't travel too far.
Yeah, that's a good policy.
I look down a little bit nervously at the chicken on my plate.
Nice.
And just sort of...
Chicken okay?
I'm eating carelessly.
But by the way, the food you guys been eating, it all tastes fine to you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
I guess
right
we've
now.
been eating.
Yeah, we've been eating it.
Like
If
anything you
there's
eat, especially if you have some of the pie, it tastes amazing. Like
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Pie, incredible.
I will abstain from the pie.
Okay, all right.
I will take a small piece of the pie.
I'm eating all of it.
So then he does mention, and also don't mind Pete. Like he points outside, and there's like a little shack. Pete's our butcher, and he points towards the shack, and it's like the butcher shack. And he's like, he's a little. We've been meaning to tell him that he doesn't have to work anymore, but he kind of keeps coming. I guess some people, they just can't quit their job, huh?
Yeah, I hear that.
But he tends to walk around during the night, so if you see him, don't pay him any mind. He kind of likes to work night.
Eat the butcher. All right.
Yeah. And with that, if you guys want to ask them any more questions, you could head up to the bed or whatever.
I would like, and as we're finishing up the meal, I will proactively start gathering up the dishes, and I assume... Oh, no, there's strategy here. It's not just business. And I assume Mrs. Jarvie is also going to be doing the same. So we are in the kitchen washing up.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I would like to turn on the charm.
Okay.
And
What are you trying to get out of her?
trying to get her to open up a little bit here.
All right, give me a charm with a bonus.
Okay.
Since you're helping her with the dishes.
Yeah. The magic power of helping people with their dishes.
It's really a big deal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so that's a 3
Wow.
total.
Let's
so,
go.
Yeah, and
That's a
actually I didn't
extreme.
need the bonus. I got a 3 and a 13.
So
So
you got
that
extreme.
is an extreme success.
So-
So yeah, this
So
lady
she
loves me.
so she loves you. Like first impression, you hit it out of the park. And she says, "Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you so much for helping me.
Oh,
I really
of course,
appreciate
yeah.
it."
My grandma
what-
raised
what-
me to do,
Is Apollonia correct? Yeah, Apollonia.
Apollonia, yes, that's right. Yeah, I'm named after a city in Greece.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yeah,
Thank
my
you so
family,
much.
my mom's side of the family is Greek.
I really do hope you guys, you all find Rhodes and his wife. They're very kind to us, and I hope they're okay.
I met him really briefly. Can I ask, like, what is there? It seems like a lot of weird things are going on in your area. I mean, I don't want to be rude. I hope that's not. But what's going on with the animals that are sick? Is it like, is it normal? Like, the thrush and things like that, or is it something a little more unusual? I couldn't help noticing we met a guy selling fish, and the fish were a little too
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of like pulls you in a little bit to make sure that no one else is listening. And she says, if you ask me, it's got to be something to do with that dam.
Dam? What happened with the dam?
So if you look at the written map, she kind of points this out to you since you're doing such a great job. So you see the forest right at the top of the forest, like next to one of the big trees. There's a dam right there. So I don't know if you want to make a mental note.
Where?
So it's not written on the map.
You're saying
It's
that we
not
should add it to the map.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the point where you add it to the map. But yeah,
Okay.
Is it like there?
So a little higher, a little lower. Yeah, right there. There's a dam.
Even with that tree.
Yeah. So and she's like, and she says that's where the creek is.
Wait,
The Blackwater Creek.
so when did they add a dam?
And she's like, it's kind of, and she says to you, it's those damn Carmody brothers.
Oh, so this isn't the government coming in. This is they dammed the river for themselves.
Yeah, I
Did
think
they
they've
just
been
went with it?
I think they've been using it to make their moonshine.
Oh wait, were they the ones that? They make whiskey too, huh?
Yep, that's what I hear.
So they do. So do they build their own little, like, electricity thing out of the dam? I mean, that they didn't just like block it off to irrigate their land or something. They're actually.
She says, I don't know what those two brothers do. I just know that they rub me the wrong way.
And nobody else had a problem. They got away with it. That's crazy that you can just block off a whole creek and the sheriff didn't come out and do anything about it.
To be honest, she says to you, I don't think. The only reason I know is because Rhodes told me.
Really?
He told me there's a dam up there. I didn't even know about this. And when I actually told Dick's wife, but she said not to worry about it.
Well, has there been like a change in the creek? I mean, that's gotta. I mean, I guess you guys are pretty far from it. It's not like your animals drinking from it.
So if you guys want to roll me a history or a education.
It's a 95 for me.
Nope.
Somehow.
I have nothing in history and education.
Okay.
I'll roll education, I guess. It's slightly.
If that's a hard success for me if it's education.
Okay. So you so actually this only really
Success for me in education as well. Simple success.
sorry, this only really applies for Apollonia, but if you do mention this to Dwayne, you guys both realize that when you guys were coming up here, that the line next to the dig site, it's supposed to be a creek, but it's all empty.
It's a dry creek bed when we.
So all that big line going from the bottom to the Mississauga River all the way to the dam, it's all empty. But there's remnants that should be a creek. There should be water, but there's not.
I asked Mrs. Jarvie, when did that happen? When did they dam the creek?
I have no idea, but I just know it wasn't like this at the beginning of the year.
Did
But,
the
uh,
permitting
but-
orders go to?
But you,
The
but
sheriff's church?
you didn't hear it from me, darling.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, believe me. That not a word.
But then she kind of taps you on the back and says, "You be careful out there, okay? I don't want you getting hurt."
No, don't worry about me. The worst already happened. And I was
All right.
just fine.
Oh.
So is there anything else you guys want to do before bed?
I don't think so. I was just thinking about trying a charm roll, and then Apollonia beat me to it. So
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just drinking with I forgot the guy's name. I'm just
Malcolm?
grabbing a drink with him.
Malcolm. Okay. Yeah.
I
talking
have fully
politics.
gone to sleep on the hay.
Okay.
Shotgun
So-
in hand?
So Apollonia and Albert both go up to the room to sleep, right?
Yeah.
When you guys get there, I need you guys to both give me a spot hidden.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I as we are walking up there, I take out a handgun. Don't worry.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
In case anything happens, this is gonna be right next to me.
And I put it,
Is that loaded?
Everything I carry is loaded.
Oh my!
that is a 17.
That's a bad.
Is that good?
Actually, yeah, I just rolled without reading. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. First spot hidden. That's below my 30.
Yeah, I am thoroughly distracted by Professor Segaldo's alarming amount of firearms, and I see nothing.
All right.
Rolled
So
terribly.
as you guys are in the room getting ready to sleep, I assume you guys
No.
are like,
Just like
yeah, yeah.
I will literally like try to take if you just whip out.
Please don't try to wrestle a gun from an armed
Yes.
man.
Please don't.
You don't actually shoot her, right?
No, I don't shoot her.
Okay. So I was just gonna say. So maybe as you guys are conversing, whatever, in the room and getting ready to sleep, Albert, you do notice underneath your bed that you're about to sleep in, there's a crumpled up piece of paper in back of it, and I don't know if you want to investigate, but it's there.
I kind of push it with my gun.
Yeah, it's just a regular piece of paper.
I grab it.
Yeah. And you unravel it.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you unravel it, it is actually the second handout. Can you give it to him, Steve?
Huh?
H2.
Look at this. June 13th, 1985. My dear McTavish. I keep wanting to say Macintosh. McTavish. I wish I knew where to begin. It appears my suspicions were correct, and Blackwater Creek is indeed built upon the former site of Cade's Rest. I have discovered artifacts that give every indication of an early colonial settlement, and remains which... Oh, wow, that was... Let me do some edits here. Remains which...
Professor,
okay.
maybe just read it exactly as is. It's
was.
not a paper; it's a clue.
There is so much more here, though. So much more than to hear my mother sometimes. I know her voice. She's dead, but I hear her. The cave is not just a myth. Cade tried to bury it, but she is there, and she never died. I have procured some dynamite, and I aim to open up the cave as soon as this damnable storm ends. Even the wind sounds like her. She needs me. I must free her. God forgive me.
And that's what you find.
Can you read that out loud? To
Yeah.
me?
There's two parts here.
Yeah.
I have
don't
discovered
think-
artifacts that give every indication of an early colonial settlement and remains which nothing. It's that's what I'm saying about this
Yeah.
sentence not making any sense. And then there is so much more here, though. So much more than
Aye.
I think that's not a 2, Professor. That's he's losing the plot at
He's
that point.
dropped off in the middle of one sentence and started another one without a period. What?
I'm just.
What'd you say?
Oh, you're not here.
If you guys are finding letters, you called me up.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's fine.
Okay, we got him in the room. All right.
Okay.
Go get him.
Anyway,
I will do that, Professor, if you put the gun away.
he was holding the
Thank
paper
you.
with both
I know.
hands.
Just a bit.
What's your take on this?
Well, he was clearly losing sanity. Also, the handwriting is similar between this letter and the one he sent before. Or the one he sent later, I suppose.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do make a note of the dates.
Yeah, the one where he was he seemed to kind of be losing himself is from June 13th, but the one that he actually sent is from June 22nd.
Strange.
And on June 22nd, he was saying that the dig was a bust. Everything, he just needed to finish up a couple things, and he was calling it. But it was written very coherently. There was none of this talk of hearing his mother or needing to dynamite anything. But we know he bought dynamite and used it. We knew that before we got here.
And at that point, almost on cue, you feel this rumble coming from outside, and you start to see on the horizon storm clouds and thunder coming towards you. And before we stop, I need everyone to make a D100 roll.
Okay.
45.
That's just a straight percentage roll, right?
Yep.
52.
15.
Let's see. Sorry, Apollonia, what was it?
52.
52. Dwayne?
15.
Albert?
45.
All right. Albert, that night when you're sleeping, you hear a voice in your dreams. A voice that sounds just like your mother, telling you to come find her. And that's where we end for tonight's session. That's where we end.
Okay.
Thank you so much for playing, guys. I really appreciate it.
For running it.
Thank you.
And
Very
we're-
impressively done, even though you're not
Despite
feeling
illness.
well.
Yes.
Next week, we will return to Blackwater Creek and find out the mystery of the mother, the Blackwater Creek roads, everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Alan, for running it. On Friday, we'll be back for episode 26 of Shadows of Arconia 2, and that will be our last one for a month because we're going back to Midlight City for March.
Woo!
Ooh, nice.
We will see everyone on Friday. Good night.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.